with the NBA in terms of the schedule. The NBA also had a prominent player test positive for coronavirus first. The NBA also had a player test positive for the coronavirus with people in a building getting set to play a game. They were the first to shut down. I mean, they kind of, after the Ivy League, the day after, I think the Ivy League decided to cancel their entire tournament in order to determine who was going to the NCAA tournament that we all know eventually got canceled as well. The NBA was the first here, and they're kind of the first. And I know the NHL has a similar construct, but the NBA has a huger spotlight on it, to be very honest. So the question is the NBA going to be the first to cancel games as well? You even said that they're just not ready to do that yet. What's the conversation on that front, Mark?
Yeah, see, I don't know that maybe there is a ribbon and tons of praise for being the first one to come out and say we cancel. I suppose, in some corners you could say that would be some sort of PR victory for them, maybe. But I mean, the clear sense coming from the league, at least at this point, 3+ weeks into this, the calendar just flipped to April. They do not want to rush to cancel. They want to give this every chance. And I think the one thing you can say is there isn't a time crunch yet. The league will eventually reach a point when it says, you know what, trying to save this season is just going to mess up next season too much. But there is that faction around the league. And you mentioned Mark Cuban, and he's been very vocal about, Mark Cuban is one of those guys, and he's not alone. That he is one of the prominent people in this league who loves the idea of starting next season at Christmas and going through August and pushing free agency into September. And there is a faction of people within the NBA that would love to see a broad calendar change, which is not something that the NBA can just institute. That's something that has to be collectively bargained with the players. But because of these emergency circumstances, it could arise that the NBA has to try out that schedule and give it a test drive and see. So there are people in the league who say, playing games, we've always wondered what it would look like to have real games in July, August, and September, have the draft much later, have summer league later, start at Christmas. So I think there are some people in the league who want to try all those things, and these circumstances could force that.
Necessity being the mother of invention, in other words, on that front.
Exactly.
Huh.